Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another album review, and this was requested by um, a viewer who caught my stain dysfunction. Hold on, let me tell you who actually requested it, and I'll give him a shout out real quick because I want to thank anybody that's going to give me content ideas um, for my channel. So I want to give this dude. I'm pretty sure it's a dude. Most of my audience are dudes. Um, so let me get. Here we go. Okay. What is this guy's name? I don't understand what. Okay. It's Nathan Flasher, plant-based something at the end. I don't think I can. I don't think I can see his full thing, his name. So, Nathan Flasher, plant-based. Thank you for your request, and well, here it is. Hope you're paying attention. Hope you see this when it goes up, and let's get started. So, Stained, a tremendous band. They hit it big with It's Been a While. Was on the Break the Cycle. Break the Cycle was probably no, it is. It probably was it was their biggest album and really kind of shot them into the stratosphere. And they toured on that album like forever. It seemed like until finally, Lane Staley's passing uh, was kind of felt by a lot of people. And that came around the time that Break the Cycle was kind of starting to break down, like in terms of popularity and kind of people had heard it, and a lot of people had bought the album, and a lot of people had seen them numerous. I know I've seen them like 4 times, five. I don't even know. I lost count of how many times I've seen Staying live. Um, Total when all their albums were coming out and everything. So Stain had Dysfunction, which is a great album. I think I've seen them 2 times under that album. Then I believe it was Break the Cycle was the second album, the mainstream album, but they did have a first album that came out, um, and it was called Torment. This was an album that was pretty much very, very brutal. It was very metal-esque. It almost had a kind of a quality to it that was kind of dark and sinister. And Fred Durst kind of, I guess, wanted them to kind of change their, I guess, viewpoints on what they wanted to do as a band. It seems like, and this album was very, very brutal. It was a different Stain, not so much, but they kind of toned down. Like one, they didn't curse as much. They still cursed, but they I think they picked spots and when they cursed in the other albums. But in essence, they kind of had a darker feel. They had, I believe that like they had a portion of the thing was like a knife and a Bible and some other stuff, and I think when it was, I did see it was re-released in 2004, which I have no idea where. Somebody said that you could buy it on Amazon for like $10 at one point. So you probably can get the digital download on Amazon, I'm assuming, um, off of there, because probably when they released it, it probably got put into some catalog on Amazon. So you probably can buy it on Amazon, probably as a digital download, or you can probably get the album still off of Amazon. I don't know how that works. I don't know if they still got any. I didn't look that up. Um, but let's get down to the review. So it started out with a song, and if one of these got remade at a later date, which I wouldn't be surprised if they put some of these on a later album. I did see a couple videos for Break on something called HBO Reverb. So I don't know if maybe that song made it onto a later album because it's such a great song that I wouldn't be surprised if that made it on to one of their most recent albums because it was a very, very popular song from Torment, and they really haven't. I don't think they really do much on Torment. I did see something about I think them doing Four Walls sometimes uh, at concerts, and I don't know if I've ever heard any of these songs. I'm sure when they first started, they may have played some of these songs live, because I think I remember they might have played when we went to Murat Egyptian Room in Indianapolis, which I don't know if that still exists or they changed the name maybe, because I haven't went to concerts in a long time. And I'm sure some of the places have probably changed names by this point, but I did see him at Murat Egyptian Room with Crazy Town, POD, and Dope. That was a tremendous show. I know some of the bands there, you'd be like, "What?" But it was a really good show. It was probably one of the best kind of close concerts I've ever been to, and it was a no seat place. So it was just a room. There was a stage. That's it. But it was great. The concert was really cool. I enjoyed it. It was a fun thing. Uh, Maybe I'll talk about that someday. Why I liked it, because it's kind of a weird reason why I liked it. Anyways, um, but number one was Tolerate. There was a beeping in this song that was incessant, and it just bugs the crap out of me. Oh, it's like lit song that has that beeping in it. I cannot stand that song just because of that beeping. I cannot stand it. But it was like a more grungy feel. But this song was certainly skippable. It wasn't probably one of the minus one, two more songs later on that I wasn't a huge fan of. This is a really, really good album, but Tolerate just didn't really click anything with me. I listened to the entire song, and I'm just like, yeah, minus the beeping, it was probably a good song, but I couldn't really get past that. It was an okay song. It wasn't, probably, it wasn't the best song on this album, I'll tell you that. So let's move on to Come Again. Now, a lot of people talk about this song as being like one of the best songs on the album, and I definitely agree. It's super great. One of the best of the album. Um, there's kind of a little bit of everything in this. He's kind of got that, kind of slow, dramatic singing that he does best, on all the songs. You hear that, but then you kind of hear this talking fast kind of thing he does. Uh, that kind of like him talking like out of pace with the rhythm. He does really good with that, and Aaron Lewis is good at that. There are some songs that he did that in the mainstream albums that he kind of did that too, and you kind of hear that more on this album than you do on any of the other mainstream albums that came out. This is a very, very underappreciated album. People will talk about it, but a lot of people didn't get to hear this album, and that's a big problem. I kind of wonder how many people have actually heard this album, and maybe a poll, to be done on Stain's website. That would be interesting to see, like how many people actually heard this album, what people think about it, and maybe, pick, a couple songs to put on like albums, going forward to maybe keep their popularity going. Because I do think Aaron Lewis is tremendous. I don't know if we're ever going to get Stained again. I'm assuming we will, but he keeps talking about like it's not a guarantee that he's kind of moving forward more with a solo career. But I don't think a solo career is doing as good as what he thinks. So I don't know. His daughter has an amazing voice too. But Come Again, like I said, it has a little bit of everything. It has a heaviness to it. It has, his talking fast. And it has, that like grungy feel that's kind of in this album too, that you kind of don't get from the other stuff. And also, like randomly in some of these songs, you get metal. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, what is this? You will see me drink a little bit during this video because it is nearby. My voice, uh, kind of rough. I recorded a vlog and I got a couple of videos I got to record today, so I keep my vocals wet. Keep hearing like the landlord or something, like going down the steps. It's annoying. They're remodeling some apartment. We had an apartment fire that almost got our apartment like a while back, and I got to deal with that. Anyways, move on. So Come Again, one of the best on the album. I really did enjoy it, but there's some songs on here definitely had me moving more than Come Again. I'll tell you that right now. Number 3, Break. Wow, this song, so good. Aaron's voice and those talking parts, and in the drum. There's a part in the song where he's talking, and there's parts where the music stops basically, and you just hear the drum beat, and there's really no music. There's barely a hint of a music, and it kind of stops, and the drums beating, and he's singing over it. It's really, really cool, and there's a solo as well at this point too, behind his voice, and it's really, really cool. I like that. Break is probably one of my favorite songs on this album, guaranteed. Number 4, Painful. This was cool, brutal, and great. Uh, there was a guitar solo in this. It was pretty good. It was kind of short, but it was really good. There's mention of people in the comments. I did pay attention to the comments, what people were saying about every single song. I looked at the comments, see what everybody was saying, and to kind of get what I could maybe possibly describe the songs as. Because something I do have a problem with trying to describe a song. Trust me, if you see one of the other reviews I'm going to do, it's not going to be very long because I didn't know how to describe the songs. Let's just say it's kind of a country band. It's lesser known in the mainstream eyes. Older people know. I guess I'm going for the senior people on YouTube watching. I don't know what it is. Anyways, so Painful, such a brutal song. I loved it. It was really, really good. It's hard to choose like my top songs, but maybe I can let you know at the end of the video. And I do want to say that I thought I heard this album, and I think I have, but I've only heard like a few songs. And if I'm trying to think, I don't even remember which ones I heard, because I know for a fact that, or maybe I just had it burnt and I never listened to it. That's the only thing I could think of, because I don't really remember any of these songs. So number 5, Nameless. Great song, vocal, the music, it just meshed together really, really well. A lot of the same stuff. This was kind of put together in the correct way that you kind of get. And that's the great thing about Staind, is that a lot of bands, sometimes you feel like the order of the song is kind of weird. Sometimes, especially with some of the newer bands, I don't know what people are thinking nowadays. They're doing like songs like weirdly, and all the bands seem like they want to do like a slow, melodic, hard, and then go back into slow as the chorus. It's just weird. I don't know. Just keep it basic. Basic. As I always say, simple, stupid. People like it. Anyways, Nameless, I enjoyed it. It's kind of to me though, it's kind of a forgettable song, because I listen to it now, and I listened to all this songs today. So it's very, very fresh in my mind. Nameless doesn't even ring a bell now. I know what it was, and I know it was good, but it might be actually put on the skippable list to me on this album. Number 6, Mud Shovel. A little different. I kind of wish I would have actually listened before I did this review. Listened to the one off Dysfunction album, but I remember it just by listening to this song. I knew what the difference was. Dude, this song's so much better than the one on Dysfunction. There's a difference. If you don't want it as heavy, listen to this Dysfunction one. This is super heavy. This is really, really heavy. It's almost like saying, okay, well, you want to listen to the Bon Jovi version, or do you want to listen to the Metallica version? Or do you want to listen to the Metallica version, or do you want to listen to the Killswitch Engage version? That may be a more comparable comparison, I guess, maybe. There you go. No offense to Metallica fans. I'm just saying some of the, Killswitch and Cannibal Corpse, not Cannibal Corpse, they ain't good that heavy. Anyways, more brutal, more intense than Dysfunction 1. Awesome. I loved it. And there was screaming at the end, I believe. So that was really, really good. It was awesome. Number 7, oh wow. See Through. Oh, good God. It was real. This song was real, man. Crap. It was raw. Staind. Whew. Aaron and the band. They're so awesome. See Through is one of my favorites. I think so far it's Break, See Through. 4 Walls is pretty good too when I get to that. But yeah. Number 8. Just like I hear like thing. Whatever. Number 8. Question. Screaming. Oh my God. Amazing. Cool. Did not know what to expect from this. You get a scream at the very, very beginning of the song. There's so much going on with the song that before it hits you, when it happens, it's too late. You're already being like, what am I hearing? It's like your ears know it's Staind, but you don't know what to think, and your ears are not comprehending what's going on. Question, I actually may have to say, is probably my top 3. as well. So it may be my it may be my it may break, question, see through. Painful is pretty good too. So I don't know. It's hard to say which ones I really like. But question was really really good. It's brutal. Number 7, No One's Kind. Kind of felt like a little bit of Alice in Chains in here a little bit. Uh, Kind of Alice in Chains meets Stained with a little bit of metal mixed in. Uh, but something about the song, like it was okay, but some of the song just made me want to skip it. And on first listen and second listen, it may be okay for you to listen to it, but I can see this song being a skippable song. People are like going, or not wanting to download this song if they bought the album on their thing. They would put something else on their album. Number 10, Self Destruct. Not a huge fan of the song. It was just an average song. A lot of heavy noise. It seemed like it was just heavy, 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 heavy singing on top of it. But it sounded like the same tune like throughout the whole entire song. Wasn't a huge fan of it. It was okay. It wasn't, like I said, it's Tolerate, and that one is probably the songs I would pass on. But all the other songs are great. They're awesome. They're really really good. Number 11, Four Walls. Great song, emotional song. This is the Sting that you know and love from today. It's basically that kind of song. It is the mainstream version of the song, and people even said in the comments like they're surprised they don't play this more at shows because it's really, it's mainly acoustic. I think they get a little bit heavy at the end, but not really past Dysfunction heavy. And I mean, every once in a while he pulls Dysfunction kind of heavy out of his, butt for an album, and has like one or two songs on an album that's pretty kind of heavy. There is a secret song on this, but it's not really a song. So there's Funeral. All I'm gonna say is, y'all need to worry about that. Don't worry about it. It's not even a song. Like I don't know what people are making a big deal about it because there's nothing there. It's just a little bit of piano. Not even that. It's just like that's all. It's constant. The same tune for like 10 minutes long, and then after that, actually no. At the end of that, there's like somebody reading scripture near the end, and then on part 2, which they had videos broken up, but so Four Walls, and then is the same track, and I think at minute 13 is when it starts, and there's, like I said, the long music, somebody's reading scripture, and then I believe what he was probably reading scripture from, they probably flip it backwards, and he's talking backwards. It's just weird. It sounds demonic. It's just stupid. It's I mean, you got to give creativity to Stand for coming up with something like that and trying to come up with something like that and put it out to the masses. Not entertaining to me. Didn't like it, so I would just pass on the secret song. Just listen to Four Walls. Once the music stops, you're done. Don't listen anymore. Yeah, don't need to waste your time. It's not worth your time. But anyway, yeah, that was Stain, Torment. Great album. Oh crap, man. 1996 this album came out too. I don't think I mentioned that. They recorded. I think they started recording in somewhere between 95 and 96. They recorded it. It got released in 96. Somebody was saying they released it or they recorded themselves, but I mean it's not a bad recording. I can probably tell it was probably in a lower production value kind of a studio, but I mean it was well done. I mean it was decent. I mean it's not like your garage band down the street had their own studio. It sounded really good, and if it was like a home studio, there was a really good home studio because it actually sounded really really good. I did recordings personally with a band before, twice with one with the band and two with just a buddy recording acoustically, and I could tell a big difference in what we could do at the studios I had been to and what they did, and it was way up above what we did. So quality was there, or maybe just a really good audio visual guy or audio. What do they call that guy? Those kind of people. But anyways, I want to stop this before it hits 20 minutes. If you guys enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I do have annotations. Make sure you click down here. Maybe they might not be there right away, but if they are, check them out. In the middle, there's going to be a subscribe button for the channel, and over here is going to be videos. I'm not going to make it. It's going to hit 20 minutes. There's going to be two videos you check out. One should be your recent upload, and the other one should be a YouTube video that says that they think you should watch. It looked like every single time when I was making these videos and putting the annotations at the end, though, it was one of the more recent ones that they kept giving you. So I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. They're going to pick a good one for you over here, though. And this one's just the most recent upload, probably before this, that was uploaded. If you didn't check that one out, it's probably going to tell you to check that one out. Hey, and also make sure, like I said, check that channel button out. Make sure you subscribe to it with the red button down below. And check out other videos. If you're a big music fan, I got more music reviews on this channel. There's a music review playlist you can check out and other stuff. Don't forget to check everything out. Give me a like, subscribe, comments down below. Later, guys. Keep rocking, and hope you continue to listen to Stained. Later.